Good. All right. So, Selin, Alekbar Ibrahim, do you hear me well? How is my voice? Is it clear or good? Very good. Then let's start. Before I start one more time, let me just remind you about the upcoming tests. You are going to have tests on Saturday. That is the monthly test that you must take somehow. Okay. Also, we will inform your parents. There will be around 15 questions, 10 questions, easy questions, that the first 10 questions or 9 questions, easy questions, that 50 point, and you will have 5 or 6 challenging problems, that is 50 points. Okay. So you have to do either on the exam paper, or you can just do this opening by Microsoft Edge and do it there, and after that save it, also send it back to me, or you'll join online and do quiz. No, not like that, not online. Okay, I will just send you the exam paper. You have to do this when you have free time, but you need to spend around 2 hours. Okay, because arranging for everybody in a specific time is a bit hard. So, but you must do this on Saturday. Okay, maybe I don't know, in the morning or afternoon, we will see about the time. Maybe next time I will show you one example. And so far I have sent you like 2 tests. It will be similar, but now in this test there will be 2 sections, as I told you. The first section, standard questions, and the second session, a little bit non-standard questions. Okay, SASMO type questions. Okay, guys, studying Alekbar Ibrahim. Last time we were talking about algebraic equations, and we did a few things, right? We did these questions, if you remember. And we stopped here in this example. So we will continue solving more problems. And after that, we will do some revision, and we will finish this chapter, try to finish this chapter today. If we can finish, we will start a new chapter. Otherwise, you will see. Okay. All right. All right, then let's start. And I hope, and I wish actually, if everybody has an access, when I ask a question, send and write this one at the screen. If you could write quickly, it would be great. But now you are using maybe, I don't know, tablet or iPad or telephone or PC. When I just told you, actually you are a bit slow. You know, usually I use the kind of tablet, drawing tablet, and if you just keep this on the table, and it's so quick to write on the screen and so practical. Anyway, no problem. Let's start. Okay, if you have any questions anytime, just stop, and we can have a discussion about the problem. So a man is now 3 times as old as his son. This kind of problem, we call this age problems, because we are talking about the age of the people that is given in a lot of books. That's just example, again, to improve our problem solving skill. So a man is now 3 times as old as his son. In 10 years time, the sum of their age will be 76. How old was the man when his son was born? In this kind of age problems, I suggest you may use different method, but I suggest you to make a table. Okay, immediately we can make a table here. All right, this is a table, and we are talking about 2 people, right? We are talking about a father and his son. And also we are talking about 2 different times, right? Now and the future. So now this one is present. Let's say it is now. And it says that 10 years time. It is plus, let me just write 10. Okay. Here we have father and the son. Now in the question it says that a man is now 3 times as old as his son. Do we know his son's age? We don't know. So let's say his son is now X years old. Now, what will be the age of this man? Since he's 3 times as old as his son, his age will be 3x, right? And in 10 years' time, what is in 10 years' time? It means after 10 years, right? If the son is now X years old, after 10 years, he will be X plus 10 years old. And how about his father? Also, his father will be 3x plus 10 years old, right? And in the second part of the question, it says that the sum of their age, right, in 10 years' time, after 10 years' time. So after 10 years, his father is 3x plus 10, and his son is x plus 10. So these are the sum of the year. Age is equal to 76. Now, what is the question? The question is, how old was the man when his son was born? It's a little bit tricky question. First, okay, we will ask that question. Before that, we need to know the value of x, right? That means that we have to solve this equation. So let's simplify. First, 3x plus x, that's equal to 4x. 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. On the right hand side, we have 76. Or 4x equals, take 20 to the right hand side, 76 minus 20, that's equal to 56. And what is x? X is 56 over 4, that's equal to 14. That is the first step. And the second step, Salin, the question is for you. If x is 14, how would you answer this question? How old was the man when his son was born?
Um, he was 14 years older than his son.
The question, how old was the man when his son was born? Just tell me the one number. How old was he?
56.
What is it?
56.
56.
Or, or 56 minus 14.
No. Ibrahim, what do you think? How old was the man when his son was born? What is the answer to this question? Ibrahim Iskandar.
Yes. How old? I think. Uh, I think
Alakbar, how about you?
I don't know, Mr. Abdul. Now I'm thinking about
Alakbar, how
it.
about you? Okay, Alakbar, I think it's connected. Anyway, so Salin, if we substitute Ibrahim, this the value of this x, right? The father's age, right? 3x. 3 times 14. So now his father is 42 years old. Years old, right? And his son is x, so his son is 14 years old. Now the question is, what was the man's age, or how old was the man when his son was born? When his son was born 14 years ago, right? So now if we subtract this 42 minus 14, 14 years ago, 28. So the man was 28 when his son was born. Okay, because now when he was 42 years old, his son is 14 years old. So when was his son born? 14 years ago, right? So 14 years ago, the man was 42 minus 14. That is 28 years ago. Ibrahim, now did you understand?
Yes, Mr. Abdul.
Okay, good. Are we recording this? Yes. Good. Another question. Find three consecutive odd numbers whose sum is 57. So we know the consecutive odd numbers. 135 or 357 or 79, 11. These are three consecutive odd numbers, right? So we don't know actually what are those numbers. Let me just assume that the first number is m. And we know that the difference between these two consecutive numbers is, what is it? 2. So the next number must be or should be n plus 2. Next number should be n plus 4, right? For example, if the first number is 1, second number is 3, and 5. 1, 3, 5 are three consecutive odd numbers. Or 3, 5, 7. For example, if n equals 3, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7 are three consecutive odd numbers. But here it says that the sum of these three consecutive odd numbers, that is n plus 2 plus n plus 4 is equal to 57, right? The question is we have to find those numbers. How do you find those numbers? So just we need to solve again this equation because our chapter is about solving equations. And m plus n plus m, that is 3n. 2 plus 4, that's equal to 6. On the right hand side, we have 57. And 3n equals 57 minus 6. What is n? N equals 51 over 3, which is equal to 17. Dot, dot, dot. If n equals 17, right? The first number is 17. Second number is 17 plus 2, that is 19. Third number is n plus 4, that is 21. So those three consecutive odd numbers are these numbers whose sum is 57. Okay, Celine? Hello. 2 hours for 15 questions, that's too much. Really? Celine, why? How many
Like
questions should I
15?
ask?
No, for the test. I mean, 2 hours for 15 questions. Like maybe maximum 1 hour. I think so.
You mean time is too much? No,
Yes.
actually, this one is selling its maximum time. Maybe you can solve 70 minutes or 90 minutes. I will see, okay? It's not a big problem. Okay, I'm just guessing that you will need the 22 hours, but you should not spend more than 2 hours, okay? So, of course, you should try to do the questions as fast as possible, of course, without making mistakes. We will see. Okay, let's do it. And after that, and day by day, and also you are improving your, how to say, doing test skills. Anyway, guys, let's continue. Another question. A woman buys 50 eggs for 6.60. Ibrahim, are you there?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ibrahim. Can you read the question?
Yes. Yes, I can. A woman buys 50 eggs for $6.60. Some cost 12 cents each, and the rest 14 cents each. How many of each kind of eggs has she bought? Some cost
Okay.
dollar.
So now you understand the question, right? Usually when you go to the market, usually we have a bit
Yeah.
smaller eggs and bigger eggs, right? Smaller eggs a bit cheaper and bigger eggs a little bit expensive. So usually also here, small eggs is
Yes.
like 10
Uh-huh.
cents, bigger eggs is like 13 or 14 cents. Okay, here, let's say we are buying two types of eggs. Here we have type A and type B. And it says that some cost 12 cents each. So this type A eggs, let's say it is 12 cents each. And how about type B? It is 14 cents each, okay? And it says that altogether the women bought 50 eggs, all right? And how many type A eggs did she buy? We don't know. right? Let's say she bought n type A eggs. Now, question for you, Ali Alakbar. Altogether, she bought 50 eggs and she bought n type A eggs. Then how many type B eggs did she buy? Celine, would you like to answer this question?
Um, maybe 50 divided by 14 and then
No.
multiply by n.
Altogether, Celine, if she bought 50 eggs and she bought
Mhm.
two types of eggs, right? If she bought n type A eggs, how many type B eggs did she buy?
We can I think add them. It will be 26 and
No,
then divide.
Celine, it's just 50 minus n, right? Together, it is 50. For example,
Oh,
type A, if you bought type A X, 10 type A X, then how many type A X did you buy? It is 40 because the total number is 50. If you bought type A, for example, 20, type B, 30. Type A, 30, type B, 20. Type A, 1, type B, 49. Because altogether, you bought 50X, right? So in general, if you bought n type A eggs, then you should have bought 50 minus n type B eggs. As you see here, n plus 50 minus n. What is it? Is equal to 50, right? So now we will form our equation. Now from here, so we bought n type A eggs. Each one is 12 cents. How much did you pay for type A eggs? It is 12 times n. Plus, and you bought 50 minus n type B eggs. Each one is 14 cents. That is 14 times 50 minus n. This is the total cost of type A. This is the total cost of type B. And altogether, how much did you pay? You paid actually $6.60. And since on the left-hand side, we wrote everything in cents, also we have to write the right-hand side in cents. So here, $6.60 is equal to 660 cents, right? To convert dollar into cents, we have to multiply by 100. So on the right-hand side, here we have 660 cents. On the left-hand side, cents, right-hand side, cents. So cents, they cancel out each other. So that is our equation. Now we have to solve it. To do this one, let's simplify this. On the left-hand side, we have 12n plus 50 times 14. 5 times 14 is 70. With 10, it is 700. Minus 14 times n, it is 14n. On the right-hand side, we have 660. Now 12n minus 14n, that is minus 2n. Take 700 to the right-hand side, 660 minus 700. Or negative 2n is equal to 660 minus 700, that is minus 40. Divide both sides by negative 2, n equals negative 40 over negative 2, which is equal to 20. Now, what is the question? The question is, how many of each kind of egg has she bought? So here, dots, 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 type A, let's say here that we named this, type A, she bought 20 eggs. And how about type B? Sorry, not type B. Actually, this should be type A, right? This should be type A. And this one is type B. And what is type B? It is 50 minus n. So if n is 20, 50 minus 20 is 30. 30 type B X. Actually, this type A means 12 cent X, right? Type B means 14 cent X. Okay? Ibrahim, say something. Are you there or sleeping?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you understand it, Ibrahim?
Yeah.
If I ask this question in the test, will you be able to solve it? without any mistake?
What? I can't hear you.
If I ask exactly the same
Mm,
question
uh,
to this in the test, will you be able to solve it without any mistakes?
I think no.
But you said that you, and that's why you have to practice. I think after the class, Ibrahim, you try to solve this question.
I have some problem, but
Yes, Ibrahim.
no, no.
You have- Yes.
Yes, Mr. Abdul.
Do you have any question about this problem?
No,
Okay, good. Let's
but
continue.
your sound is coming very bad.
Hmm. Salim, can you read the problem? This example 19.
Yes, John walked for 45 minutes at a rate of 3 kilometers per hour and then ran for a half an hour at a certain speed. At the end of that time, he was 6 kilometers away from the starting point. How fast did he run?
All right. So John walked for 45 minutes at the rate of 3 kilometers per hour and then
45
ran
minutes.
for half an hour at a certain speed. In this kind of questions, again, I suggest you to draw. So here, assume that the John started from this point, A, and he just walked some way, right? And here B, and to some reason after that, he just changed his speed and something. And here, this one is C. That's his destination. And here from A to B, right? Let me just write here from A to B. And what was his speed? Speed was 3 kilometers per hour. So his speed was, let's say S1 was 3 kilometers per hour. And how about time? He spent 45 minutes, right, to reach B from A. So T1 was equal to 45 minutes. So as you see here in the speed, it is hour, kilometers per hour. Immediately we have to change minutes into hour. And we know that 45 minutes is equal to 45 over 60 hours. And if you simplify this, 45 and 60, and their highest common factor is 15, so that's equal to 3 over 4 hours. That is his speed and time from A to B. And how about from B to C? From B to C says that then ran for half an hour at a certain speed. And his speed, let's say S2, we don't know because it says at certain speed. Let's say his speed was X kilometers per hour. And it says that half an hour, right? What is half an hour? So T2 is equal to 1 over 2 hours, right? And let's say from A to B, that is distance 1, and B to C, that is distance 2. And at the end, it says that at the end of the time, he was 6 kilometers away from the starting point. And where is the starting point, Al Akbar? A is the starting point, right? He started from A. And maybe from A and he went to the shop, and after that he went to his school, because on the way he stopped at the shop. And all of a sudden he realized that he was getting for school, he was getting late for his class or school. Then he started running to the class. And this is a story here. So now we know that what is the distance formula? Distance formula is speed times time, right? And that's just distance equals speed times time. So the total distance here, D1 plus D2. And what is distance? It is 6 kilometers, right? The total distance, 6 kilometers. That's 6 equals, what is D1? D1 is, that is S1 T1. How about D2? That is S2 D2. From here, S1, we know S1, it is 3 kilometers, 3 kilometers per hour times T1, that is 3 over 4, plus S2, it is X kilometers, and T2, that is 1 over 2. Now we have an algebraic equation, and that's why here we are using an algebra, this algebra to solve the problems. So let's solve this. Take this to the left-hand side. 6 minus 3 times 3, it is 9. 9 over 4. On the right hand side, x times half, that's equal to 1 over 2x. Or if you just multiply both sides by 2, here we have 2 times 6, 12, 2 times 9 over 4, 9 over 2, 2 times half, it is x. So what is x? X equals, if you simplify this, 2 times 12, 24, 24 minus 19, it is 15 over 2, which is equal to 7.5. And what is x? Is speed, right? Is speed to cover the second part of his journey. Let's say this 7.5 kilometers per hour. So actually, John ran at the speed of 7.5 kilometers per hour. Okay, the question is, how fast did she run? Did he run? Right? It means that the speed. What was his running speed? So his speed was 7.5 kilometers per hour. Okay. Al-Akbar, Selin, Ibrahim, any questions about this problem?
No.
And we are going to solve
No.
a lot of questions like this, a bit more and more and more challenging problems. And these problems are fundamental problems. You're going to see these kind of problems almost every year. Guys, now let's have some break, okay? 4-minute break. After 4 minutes, we will continue. Okay, exactly 4-minute break, okay?
Okay.
And we will do some revision and finish our class for today. All right, guys, let's continue. 20 more minutes. Al-Akbar Ibrahim Iskender. Yeah, Al-Akbar Ibrahim Selin. Selin Ibrahim Al-Akbar. So as you know here, if you just notice here, we are just starting a chapter and we have some exercises topic by topic. And at the end of each chapter, we have review questions. And after that, we will finish this, okay? And also you have to practice those questions. As I told you, especially word problems, do not skip any question, okay? Try to solve as many word problems as possible if you can. If you're too busy and nothing to do, but if you really want to improve your math problem solving skill, you have to solve problems like this. So now I have selected some questions from review questions and I will
No.
finish the chapter, okay? Next time we will start new chapter and like for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, we will do geometry. So the next chapter is about perimeter and area of simple geometric figures. And after next chapter is surface area and volume. And after that, again, I will get back to algebra and we will see the application of algebra in some practice situations, like in business, making discount, percentage, this kind of stuff. Okay, but I will go a bit faster because we have already learned. Now you need to focus on how to solve problems fast, quickly, and without making mistakes. So in this question, question 1a, solve the following equations. As you see here, these are algebraic equations. If we have, or if it involves some fractions, we have to simplify, right? Express as a single fraction, the left hand side and right hand side. And after that, cross multiply. So here we have on the left hand side, we have one fraction. On the right hand side, we have one fraction. We have nothing to do, just cross multiply. So here we have 5 times 8 minus x. On the right hand side, 3 times 2x plus 3. Now, if you expand this, 5 times 8, it is 40. 5 times x, it is 5x equals. Okay, let me just use it like x and x. On the right hand side, 3 times 2x, it is 6x. 3 times 3 is 9. Now let's take 6x to the left hand side and 40 to the right hand side. So here we have minus 5x minus 6x equals, here we have 9. Take 40 to the right hand side, that is minus 40, because when they change the side, right, also they change their sign. Negative 5x minus 6x, that is minus 11x. 9 minus 40, that is minus 31. If you divide both sides by 11, negative 11, dot, 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 actually minus minus, they cancel each other. So here we have 31 over 11, or that is 9 over 11. And how about in this question E? On the left hand side, we have two fractions. On the right hand side, we have one fraction. Alekbar, I'm drinking Coca-Cola. Okay, don't think that I'm drinking whiskey. It's Coca-Cola. And it's ice. You know, here, as I told you, here is very hot. And without aircon, without fan, it's super hot here. Always. So usually every time people drink everything with ice. Without ice, they don't drink anything. You want to drink water, put some ice. You want to drink coffee, put some ice inside. You want to drink Coca-Cola, ice first, then put some Coca-Cola and drink it. Because it's really hot here, hot country. So, Alekbar, what is the common denominator of these two fractions? It is 12, right? So,
Yeah.
here we have 12. The first time we should multiply by 2. 2 times 2x, it is 4x. 2 times 1, it is 2. Minus, when it is minus, be careful. We should multiply by negative 3. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 3, it is plus positive 9. On the right hand side, we have 5 over 12. Further simplify this, 4x minus 3x, that's equal to x. 2 plus 9, that's equal to 11. Over here we have 12. Equal 5 over 12, right? As see here, this 12, 12, they are same. If you just multiply both sides by 12, it's gone. So what is x? X equals 5 minus 11. So dot, 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 x equals negative
minus 6.
Good. Next question. One more question about equation. Solve the following equations. It's one of those questions. Again, here we have 1, here we have 7, here we have 3, right? Another way is, let me just multiply both sides by least common multiple of 7 and 3. And what is the least common multiple of 7 and 3? It is 21. So we know that if you multiply 21 by 1 over 7 is equal to 3. 21 times 1 over 3 is equal to 7. So here, if you multiply both sides by 21, here we will have 3 times x plus 3 minus, here we have 7 times 2 x minus 4. On the right hand side, we have not 0. We multiply both sides by 21. 1 times 21. Here we will have 21. So we now have to expand this algebraic fraction expressions, right, and simplify. So 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 3 is 9, minus 7 times 2, 14, 14 times x, 14x, and negative 14 times negative 4, that is positive 56. On the right hand side, we have 21. And 3x, let's just collect the like terms. Here's 3x and 14x, they are like terms. 3x minus 14x, that is negative 11x. And 9 plus 15, 56, that is 65, which is equal to 21. So minus 11x equals 21 minus 65, and x equals 21 minus 65, that is minus 44. Divide both sides by negative 11, which is equal to 4. And dot, 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 the solution of this equation is 4. Okay? All right. These questions, maybe I will skip. Okay, let's just do only one. And this one, as you see, you can just simplify the left-hand side, express this as a single fraction, and cross multiply, you can solve this. And how about here in H? In H, on the left-hand side, we have 3 fractions. On the right-hand side, we have 0. At the time, let me just take this fraction to the right-hand side. Then what we have here? Here we have x over 3 plus x minus 3 over 4. On the right-hand side, 2x minus 7 over 2, right? Because this minus becomes plus. Now here we have 3, 4, 2, and least common multiple of 2, 3, and 4. What is it? It is 12. So now if you multiply both sides by 12, multiply both sides by 12, 12 times 1 over 3, that is 4x. 12 times 1 over 4, it is 3x minus 9, because 3 times x, 3 times 3. On the right-hand side, 12 times 1 over 2, it is 6. 6 times 2 is 12x minus 6 times 7 is 42. After practicing a few questions, you should do these steps mentally. You don't have to write every step. So 4x plus 3x, that is 7x. Take 12x to the left-hand side, minus 12x. On the right-hand side, we have negative 42. Take this negative 9 to the right-hand side. It is plus 9, right? 7x minus 12x, that is negative 5x. And negative 42 plus 9, that is negative 31. So what is x? X equals negative 31 over negative 5. Minus minus cancels each other. That's equal to 6 and 1 over 5. So dot, dot, dot. The solution of this equation is 6 and 1 over 5. Okay? Continue. How about solving simple inequalities? And also, actually, in a similar way, we can solve these inequalities. Make sure that actually both sides, the coefficient of x, this one is a coefficient. We call this coefficient, right? It is positive. It is positive. It means that if 3x is less than 27, so how do you solve this? Here we have a 3 times x. Now it is 27. Again, for inequalities, if you multiply both sides by positive number, it does not change. Let me multiply both sides by 1 over 3. 1 over 3 times 3x less than 1 over 3 times 27. So here we have x less than 9. So that means that we have just isolated this x, right? So that means that that is the solution of this inequality. What does it mean? It means that if you just pick any number that is less than 9, here we have 9, and that is the solution set, right? If you just pick any number from the solution, and if you just substitute here, for example, multiply by 3, it will be less than 27. The solution of the inequality means this. How about B? We should multiply by reciprocal. That is one mathematical reciprocal. What is reciprocal? Reciprocal of A is 1 over A. In general, reciprocal of A over B is B over A. Two numbers are called reciprocals of each other if their product is equal to 1. So what is the reciprocal of 2 over 3? That is 3 over 2. Let's multiply both sides by 3 over 2. Here we have 2 over 3k less than 3 over 2 times 14. So this 2, 3 is gone. Here we have k less than 14 over 2 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. That means that any number less than 21 will also satisfy this inequality. That means that this is a solution. On the number line, we can show like this. Here we have 21. What numbers are less than 21? Actually, any number to the left of 21, these are the numbers that are less than 21. All right. Let's start today's lesson with this. Next time also we will practice a few questions, and after that we will start a new chapter. A man has a number of ducks costing $10 each, and 3 times as many chickens costing, what is it, $6 each. If the total cost of ducks and chickens is $420, find the number of chickens the man has. So we are talking about ducks and the chickens, right? In the question, it says that a man has a number of ducks costing $10. Okay, each duck costs $10. And the chicken, how much is it? And 3 times as many chickens costing $6. So the cost of one chicken is $6 because it says $6 each. Now, let's talk about the number. How many chickens do we have? In the question, it says that find the number of chickens the man has, right? And that's why I better denote these chickens, the number of chickens by the variable. Let's say we have n chickens. I mean, the man has n chickens. A man has a number of dogs and 3 times as many chickens, right? Here, 3 times as many chickens. Celine, are you there?
Yes.
Celine, this question is for you. If the man has n chickens, can you tell me the number of ducks she has in terms of n? How many ducks does he have?
And minus 1.
No, n over 3, right?
Oh.
Because here a man has a number of ducks, and actually here, if I assume that he has x ducks, and how many chickens does he have? And he will have 3x chickens, right? But now if I just take this one as n, this will be n over 3. Because in the question it says that a man has a number of ducks and 3 times as many chickens. What does it mean? He has chickens 3 times as many as his ducks. If he has 1 duck, it means that he has 3 chickens. If he has 5 ducks, then he has 15 chickens. So in general, if he has n chickens, and he will have n minus 3. Or maybe I will just, like this. You will not get confused. Here, if he has n ducks, then he must have 3 n chickens. And 1 chicken costs $6, and 1 duck costs $10. And it says that if the total cost of ducks and chickens is 420, that means that n times 10, the total cost of ducks, 6 times 3n, total cost of chickens. So here we have 10 times n plus 6 times 3n, which is 18n. That's equal to 420. So from here, if you just solve this equation, 10 plus 18, that is 28. N is equal to 420. Or n is equal to 420 over 28, and divide by 7. 42 is divided by 7, that is 60, and divided by 7, that is 4. So that's equal to 15. But in the question, it says that the number of chickens the man has. So we have to find 3n. So dot, 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 number of chickens he has is, what is it? 3 times 15, that's equal to 45. So the man has 45 chickens. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, then, Alekbar, Ibrahim, Selin, you keep doing your homework, especially these code
Okay.
problems. Try to solve as many as possible, okay? If you have any questions,
Okay.
you can bring to the class, and we can have some discussion next class. And also, I will show you how to do your test on Thursday. Guys, thank you very much for your time, attention, okay? See you
Goodbye,
on
Mr. Abdul
Thursday.
Fazan. Bye.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.